emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hello and welcome to everybody's favorite fire hose of Final Order information. Welcome to the Final Order Report, where we bring you a hand-picked selection of comics and graphic novels. Nope, just comics, before they head to print and quantities are finalized. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop and your last chance to subscribe or special order before the final order deadline this Monday at noon. That's April 28th. These titles will be hitting our shelves as soon as May 21st. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. And it looks like Comichub got a little freshen up since our last program. Let's show you the details here. What's the other one? Nope. That's the one. I'm starting to learn this stuff. All right, so we've got the two banners now. We've got the orange one. Notice it pops up now as I hover over it. That's everything that we have on hold for your account in store and are waiting for you to pay for and pick up or ship. Behind the green banner is all the stuff that we will be looking at today. Let's click through on Shop Coming Soon. That's how I do it. And it's there. So now we've got these cool bars here. We got current search, preview pages, next Wednesday's item. That's everything that's on our invoice for receiving this Wednesday, April 30th. Sounds right. And the orders due Sunday for Last Call. That's the one that we'll be using today. Once you click through on that, you'll notice that you get the classic view here where we're scrolling down with filters at the top for alphanumerics, publisher category, etc., etc. All right, let's look at the first thing today. First off, let me thank Klezmageddon and Brainstem Productions for providing music for this episode. Oh, where's my little preview thing? And there it is. Cool, I found it. Klezmageddon, courtesy of Brainstem Productions. Okay, next thing on that is... Final Order Report on Small Press Comics. All right, and the first thing that we will be looking at today is... Archie is Mr. Justice. This is part 4 of the 4-issue miniseries. It's been going on for a little bit now. I think there's been a few delays, but it's cool to see that it's back on schedule and currently set to release on May 21st. From Boom Entertainment, we get a brand new miniseries from writer Jude Ellison S. Doyle. And artist Lissandro Esterin, called Be Not Afraid. We got, let me see, Cora Reams lived the isolated life of a simple farm girl until one fateful summer day. Prophetic visions brought her a visit made of pure light. An angel. In the aftermath, Cora gave birth to a child, a Nephilim, the offspring of an angel and a human woman. This supernatural story from Jude Ellison S. Doyle and Lissandro Esterin, with a cover by Reiko Murakami, drops on June 4th from Boom Entertainment. Comes with a B cover that you can special order through Comichub today. That art is by Abigail J. Harding. Looks pretty metal. Oh, let's go on the zoomy. Okay, that makes me feel a lot less paranoid now. And then we get a unlockable variant with full art from Reiko Murakami. That's Be Not Afraid from Boom Studios. Also from Boom is Wind, The Power of the Blood, number 4. Over at Dynamite, we got a couple series here. Barbarella, number 4, with this Joseph Michael Linsner cover. Plenty more covers from these Dynamite series to explore and choose from. Use that Comichub app when you get a chance. All right, next up is Darkwing Duck number 4 with this Tad Stones cover. And Vampirella number 2, I picked out this very cool Jenny Frison cover on C to represent this fine new series from Christopher Priest and Ergun Gundu's. Next up we got from Dark Horse Comics, Arcana Royale. Number 1 just debuted this week from Cullen Bunn and AC Zamudio. If you're interested in supporting that series, make sure to get your orders in by Monday. Also from Dark Horse is From the World of Minor Threats, Welcome to Twilight, number 3. This miniseries has featured a different artist on every issue, and this issue features Jean Ha on interiors, which is pretty cool. And we also get this Jean Ha cover. Yep. Next up from Dark Horse Comics is Star Wars Hyperspace Stories Codebreaker number 2 from Ethan Sachs and Mark Yarza with this Diego Galinda cover. Who Are the Power Pals number 3? Have you gotten a chance to check out this series from Dwayne Murray and Ahmed Rafat? Number 3 ships on May 21st. Ooh, Godzilla Heist gets a 4th issue from Van Jensen and Kelsey Ramsey with this epic Bob Eagleton cover. So cool. Star Trek number 32, part 5 of Star Trek Lore War, scheduled for June 4th with this cover by Malachi Ward. Teenage Mutant, let's go over to IDW for a few titles here. It's really just, two more. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 9 from Jason Aaron and Juan Ferreira, who does interiors, and this Jorge Fornes cover on A. Kind of love it. Love the textures on that. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Naruto number 4 drops on June 4th with this Jorge Jimenez cover. Blade Forger number 3 from Mad Cave. And also from Mad Cave, Dark Empty Void number 5 of 5 from Zach Kaplan and Chris Sheehan. We get a debut of a 5-issue mini-series from Frank Thierry and artist Inaki Miranda with this A cover by Inaki Miranda. Oh, pardon me. There was a time that when the red alert shone in the sky, Empire City's greatest hero, the Crimson Justice, would answer the call. But now it's been years, and neither he nor his sidekick Reddy, nor their psychotic arch-foe Dr. Mayhem have been seen since the Great Empire City Hospital fire decades ago. What happened that fateful night? Did they all die? But if that's the case, who or what is this Dr. Mayhem who's reappeared in the modern day, brutally murdering Commissioner Thomas Kent and challenging the Justice to return? Is that possible? From Frank Thierry, Inaki Miranda. We get a B cover from Dan Panosian. I like it. And this Joe Quesada variant. Look at that. Joe Quesada's doing more art. This guy's tearing it up. Whatever happened to Crimson Justice, #1 of 5 drops on May 21st. Also from Massive. Oh, let me see. Let me scroll up here. Okay, yeah, this is from Massive Press. This is Detective Kaiju from Michael Calero and Kit Wallace. From the from the pages of the fan favorite series Quested comes a noir comic of epic proportion. Detective Kaiju, the hard-boiled investigator, gets his own miniseries with Quested's Michael Calero and Kit Wallace reuniting on the 3-part murder mystery in this debut issue. Detective Kaiju's past catches up with him when the body of an old friend is discovered in South Fairburn. Now he must face the demons of his past while investigating the unusual murder. From Michael Calero and Kit Wallace, with this Kit Wallace cover shipping on May 28th. Special order this Jake Smith cover, which I like. This is pretty cool. Shades of Kaiju Max there. And this Sin City tribute cover from Michael Calero. It's Detective Kaiju #1 of 3. Oh, I'm sorry. We got a C cover too. This is from John Somariva. This is pretty cool. May 28th. Okay, also from Sumerian Comics, we get this new series, The Eerie Magazine. This is probably going to be magazine format. Yes. Immortal tales of horror that salute the great mags of the past, but also plow new territory with imaginative and thought-provoking comic tales by famed fantasy and comics creator Mike Hoffman and his band of supremely talented artists and writers, including Jason Crawley, Rock Baker, Mike Hoffman, and Jason Paulos, with this Mike Hoffman cover available on May 28th. 48 pages for $8.95. Also from Massive, this is This is Pin Apocalypse #3 with an A cover by Andrew Tarasoff. And 7 Years in Darkness, Year 3. This new series kicks off on June 4th from Joseph Schmalke. Then we got a few things from Oni Press on final order this week. This is the Adventure Time Deluxe Edition #1, reprinting the all-new ongoing series #1 with this deluxe cover for $9.99, art supplied by James Stokoe. It's pretty weird. Looks like he's riding a MODOK. A bunch of MODOKs. Good job. Epitaph from the Abyss. This is the 11th issue of a 12-issue miniseries under the EC Entertainment imprint, featuring Jeff Jensen, Kurt Pyers, Andrea Muti, and David Lapham, with this Lee Bermejo cover available on May 21st from Oni Press. And we get a new printing of Out of Alcatraz #2. With this I think, recolored cover. That's cool. And number 3 is also on FOC this week with this Tyler Crook cover. Couple of one-offs here. We got The Future is Many Asterisks is the actual name of it. The hacker wars are over. The Black Hats have won. Who will save us from the world that's coming? Black Mountain, a rogue band of digital Ronin, freebooters, and hackers fight against a world ruled by data barons, artificial overlords, and technological terrorists. This new series kicks off with this 104-page issue with a $13.37 cover price, with a script by Fred Van Lent and interior art by Ennio Buffi. This also features a Jay Lee cover. And Titan Publishing has a new mini-series for Heatseeker Exposed Gun Honey. This best-selling Gun Honey spin-off is back. When a relentless investigative reporter threatens to expose her criminal activities, mistress of misdirection Dahlia Racers needs to disappear. And then all mayhem breaks loose. Written by Charles Arday and featuring interior art by Ace Continuado. And this Art Germ cover available on June 4th. Okay, wrapping up our look at small press from Final Order this weekend. Udon Entertainment enters the Final Order list with Darkstalkers crossover with Street Fighter called Blood Throne. This is a one-shot featuring fighters like Cammy, Charlie, Felicia, Talbane, and more. Written by Tim Seeley with interior art by Alberto Jimenez, who also did this A cover, and this B cover by Brett Bean. Got a C cover from Dax Gordine, all for the first, the one-shot called Darkstalkers crossover with Street Fighter Blood Throne. Also from Udon Entertainment and available on May 28th. You can put your orders in for this bad boy right now. It is Mega Man Timelines. This is a one-shot written by Tavis Maiden with interior art by Kenny Ruiz, who also did this A cover. The Blue Bomber is back. Mega Man returns in 5 connected one-shot comics spanning 5 different eras of robotic heroes. In this first issue, the original Mega Man squares off against 2 explosive and fiery robot masters bent on citywide destruction. Got a B cover from John Somariva. This is Mega Man Timelines number 1. It's a one-shot. And that wraps up our look at small press. And now we will move on over to our look at Image Comics for the Final Order report. And yeah, that's fine. And our first thing from Image Comics is Bitterroot, The Next Movement number 1. This is a second printing for this new series, which debuted just a couple weeks ago from Sanford Green and writer David F. Walker with Chuck Brown. Bug Wars number 4 is back on May 21st from Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asrar with this Mahmoud Asrar cover. Ooh, check this out. It is a Deadly Class giant size artist edition, proof edition, representing issues 1 and 2 of the smash hit series Deadly Class by Rick Remender and Wes Craig. Got this classic cover by Wes Craig and this pink variant, all for this giant size artist proof edition of Deadly Class, reprinting issues 1 and 2. Deadly Tales of Gunslinger Spawn is back with number 6 on May 21st from Jimmy Palmiotti and Patrick Reynolds. G.I. Joe number 7 kicks off a new story arc, a standalone Night Force covert op, the first appearance of the iconic Beachhead. But is this really his last mission? The new G.I. Joe epic starts here from Joshua Williamson and Andrea Milana with this Tom Riley cover. And check out this cover H by, this is a die-cut foil mask variant. Yes. This will run $4.99. And I don't think it drops on the same week, does it? Yeah, it does drop on May 28th. G.I. Joe number 7. All right, over from, also from Image Comics, we got Medieval Spawn number 2. This is from a new 4-issue series that just debuted this last week. Got this sweet Bjorn Barons cover. Moonshine Bigfoot number 2 is back with this very fun cover by Nelson Daniel, Steve Ellis. Redcoat number 12, The Northerner Part 2 with this B cover by Marco Santucci. And we got a last couple number 1s from Image Comics, including this mini-series premiere. This is Sleep number 1. When Jonathan Reason falls asleep, he becomes something else. Every night, it stalks his quiet town, killing seemingly indiscriminately. When he wakes, covered in blood, our story begins. This new horror mystery from Xander Cannon, the artist of Hack, Top 10, and one of my favorite comics in the world, Kaiju Max. He shows us the horrifying waking hours of an unwilling part-time killer. We also have a B cover from Ryan Brown available on May 21st from Image Comics. That's exciting. Sleep. That's a pretty brutal cover too. All right. Next up is Spawn, The Curse of Shirley Johnson. This series premiere. What happened to Shirley Johnson? The 7-year-old victim of the infamous serial killer Billy Kincaid. The Curse of Shirley Johnson, an epic new chapter in the Spawn universe, explores the fate of the innocent young girl. Let's see. This series will ship bi-monthly starting in May. All right. From writer Daniel Henrique and artist Jonathan Glapion, you get this. We get a cover from interior artist Jonathan Glapion and a Todd McFarlane cover on B for Spawn, The Curse of Shirley Johnson, available on May 21st. Get your orders in. I think there's also a black and white version of this cover, so get those orders in by Monday at 12. All right. That does it for Image Comics. Let's look at DC Comics. What's on final order this week from DC Comics? First up on final order is Absolute Flash number 1. Second printing with this recolored Nick Robles cover, available on May 21st. And we get a C cover by Gerald Perel. I'm sorry, we get a cover by Gerald Perel that is also a foil version for a couple bucks extra. Yeah. Then we got Absolute Flash number 3 from Jeff Lemire and Nick Robles with a B cover by Haining? Yeah, that's just his name. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. An A cover by Nick Robles and a C cover by Clayton Crane. All right. Absolute Green Lantern number 1 gets a second printing with this recolored cover from the first. a B cover by Gerald Perel, and also a C cover with a foil version for a couple bucks extra. Absolute Martian Manhunter #1 gets a second printing with this recolored Javier Rodriguez cover on A B cover by Gerald Perel, as well as a foil version for a couple bucks extra. I think you're starting to get the template for that script there. All right, moving on. We got Batman #617 Facsimile Edition, regular and foil. Batman and Robin Year 1 #7 enters the second half of this 12-issue miniseries. I'm showing off this B cover by Declan Shalvey because it's swell. And Batman Superman World's Finest #39 is a part 4 for We Are Yesterday, a crossover series with the crossover storyline with the Justice League Unlimited series by Mark Waid and Dan Mora, with a Dan Mora cover. Catwoman 76. Let's see, we got this B cover from Frank Cho. I wanted to show that one off. DC crossover with Sonic the Hedgehog #3 with this Pablo M. Collar cover. Detective Comics 1097. Tom Taylor interiors by Lee Garbett, and this cover by Michael Janine. Let's see, we got New Gods #6 of 12 with this cover by Nimit Malavia. Nightwing #126. Dexter Soy on the cover. Ooh, here we get this facsimile edition of Our Army at War #151. A Sergeant Rock adventure for the ages. Sergeant Rock of Easy Company lays it all on the line to show his men he's got what it takes to pass a most dangerous initiation. And in a special 2-part adventure, thrill to the first appearance of Reitmaster Hans von Hammer, enemy ace, as the human killing machine does brutal battle in the skies over World War I Europe. From writer Robert Kanigher, and of course art by the classic Joe Kubert, who did this A cover. Classic material. Cool having a facsimile for it. All right, Titans #23 gets this Pete Woods cover. That's very cool. Wonder Woman #21 drops on May 21st. I'm showing off the B cover from David Nakayama. And Zatanna #4, scheduled for May 21st with this Jamal Campbell cover. All right, looks like we only got one big #1 to show you from DC Comics, and it's kind of a big one. It's a brand new series featuring everybody's favorite. It's Superman. This series is called Superman Unlimited and follows up on the debut of Dan Slott and Raphael Albuquerque as they take the Man of Steel to new heights. The summer of Superman heats up with a brand new ongoing series taking the DCU by storm. When an asteroid the size of Metropolis hurtles toward collision with planet Earth, the Justice League dispatches Superman to avert the crisis, but a sinister threat lurks within that may change the world like never before, and this danger glows green. The last son of Krypton must risk everything to save his adopted home, the very home which now tries to kill him. From complete destruction, the Man of Steel is poised to fly like never before in this new Cornerstone series brought to life by the dazzling DC debut of writer Dan Slott and renowned artist Raphael Albuquerque. This is Superman Unlimited, available on May 21st with this A cover. We got a B cover. These are cardstock covers for and by Frank Quietly. Kind of love it. We got this Gabriel Del Otto crypto variant. Lionel Francis Yu. Sebastian Fiumara. This James Gunn cameo cover by Dan Mora. A Jim Lee Superman month cardstock variant. Ooh, a Sozo Micah gold foil variant. This comes in at $7.99. All for Superman Unlimited #1. Available on May 21st from DC Comics. Dan Slott, Raphael Albuquerque. And continuing the summer of Superman. All right. That wraps up our focus on final order for DC Comics. Now, let's take a look at Marvel Comics. And our first title from Marvel Comics this week is The Avengers, number 26. This is the second part of the crossover with the One World Under Doom event happening throughout the Marvel Universe. This issue is written by Jed MacKay with interior art by Andrea Baccardo and this Valerio Schiti cover available on May 28th. Got multiple variants on this one, but I'll show you this Alex Ross Timeless Virgin variant. Get your special orders in for this one because people are not going to know this is a Avengers issue. So I'm probably not going to order too many for the shelf. All right, next up is Cable Love and Chrome number 5, the final showdown across past, present, and future from David Pepos and Mike Henderson with this Ian Churchill cover. Daredevil Cold Day in Hell number 2 is back with this Steve McNiven cover. Ooh, and an Acid Ribbit cover. That's very nice. Ooh, he's all battered. Charles Soule, Steve McNiven. Deadpool Wolverine number 5 with this Joshua Cassara cover. Sweet Armor. And this Alex Ross Timeless variant. Classic Nick Fury. Classic gonna be unrecognizable as Deadpool Wolverine number 5. So get your orders in. Doom's Division number 3 continues on May 28th from Yoon Ha Lee, Ming Jung Young, and this Kreese Lee cover. Oops. Eddie Brock Carnage number 4 drops on May 28th. And we get a facsimile edition for Fantastic Four number 6. I believe this is going to be the final. No, this is just halfway through reprinting the first 12 issues of the Fantastic Four. Oh, that's too bad about this little tiny cover. He's a tiny cover boy. Godzilla vs. Hulk number 1 gets a second printing with this Ed McGuinness variant, which I'm sure will be regular sized. That'll drop on May 28th. Ooh, and we also get a Giuseppe Camuncoli variant with color fade on that. Infinity Watch number 5 returns on May 28th with this In-Hyuk Lee character variant. And Magic number 5 by Ashley Allen and German Peralta with this J. Scott Campbell cover. New Champions number 5, covered by Gleb Melnikov. And Predator vs. Spider-Man number 2, with this cover by Paulo Sequeira. This series just debuted this last week and is pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Rogue the Savage Land number 5, showing off that J. Scott Campbell variant. And Spider-Boy number 19, featuring Spider-Boy versus Mr. Negative with Spider-Man guest starring. Star Trek, the Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker number 4 continues the final reckoning of the Resistance by Jody Hauser, Will Slinney, and this cover by Phil Noto. Ultimate Spider-Man number 17 from Jonathan Hickman, Marco Cicchetto cover. Oh, we're blazing through this. All right. Tearing it up. I like this new format. Okay, next up is Uncanny X-Men number 15 from Gail Simone and David Marquez. Check out this David Marquez cover on A. Be Still My Heart. Uncanny X-Men Facsimile Edition, reprinting the entirety of issue 135 from the original classic run by Chris Claremont and John Byrne. I think I did a pencil version of this cover back when I arted. I'm going to have to find that one. It's out there somewhere. How demented is that? That's so good. I love that comic. Wolverine and Kitty Pryde number 2 drops on May 28th from Chris Claremont and Damian Quinchero with this cover by Alan Davis. And now we're going to drop some number 1s on the final order report, closing out Marvel Comics. Let's start off with Death of the Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer's final voyage. The Silver Surfer returns to defend a war-ravaged Earth, but Norrin has a galaxy-sized target on his back. A new enemy will stop at nothing to steal away everything the Surfer is or ever will be. A single human life may be all that decides the Surfer's salvation or damnation. If the Surfer fails, who will then wield the awesome power cosmic? And what of the Surfer's old master, Galactus, Devourer of Worlds? Guest starring the Fantastic Four, Greg Pak pens the Sentinel of the Spaceway's next tragic epic, with superstar illustrator Sumit Kumar, who's done art on Web of Spider-Verse, Spider-Man, Black Suit, and Blood. Number 1 drops with this Dyke Ruan cover. Oh, he looks sad. He's like, I'm gonna die. A B cover from Joe Quesada. Man, this guy is all over the place all of a sudden. And wrapping it up with this Tradmore variant. How wistful. Death of Silver Surfer number 1 from Greg Pak, Sumit Kumar. Greg Pak and Sumit Kumar drops on June 11th for Marvel Comics. The next debut series on FOC this week, Spider-Girl number 1. Here comes the sensational Spider-Girl. Spinning out of the pages of Spider-Boy comes the sensational Spider-Girl. After Bullseye's betrayal, Spider-Girl is trying her hand at being a hero, but when a clash with Vermin reveals that a major spider nemesis is tracking her, Spider-Girl will have to figure out what this villain wants and which of their allies will try to kill her next. It's Spider-Girl number 1 from writer Torrin Gronbeck and interior artist Andre Risso. We got this A cover by David Nakayama, which is pretty swell. This Javier Garrón Spider-Girl Funhouse mirror variant. A Marguerite Sauvage variant. I love this one. This is swell. Looks kind of like Nicoletta Baldari, but if you say it's Marguerite Sauvage, it is. And we get this Peach Momoko Marvel Rivals variant. Apparently not final art. As well as this Peach Momoko variant on Spider-Girl number 1 from Torrin Gronbeck, Andre Risso. Available on June 11th. All right. We get a new Marvel and Disney What If, featuring everybody's crankiest, favoritist, cartooniest, Disneyest character. It is What If Donald Duck Became Iron Man. From Fowl to Shellhead, Inspired by the very first appearance of Iron Man in Tales of Suspense number 39, Donald Duck finds himself in the clutches of the Beagle Boys, forced to build a machine designed to crack into his Uncle Scrooge's money bin. Donald has other plans and builds the ultimate suit of armor. Can the fearless Fowl foil the plans of the Beagle Boys and make it to his date with Daisy Duck? Marvel and Disney, what if Donald Duck became Iron Man? Written by Steve Bailing with interior art by Donald Sofriti, who did this cover, classic Bob Layton tribute cover. It is. And we got this Dan Panosian cover. That looks more like Daffy Duck, but that's cool. Got a Mark Brooks cover featuring everybody's favorite Beagle Boys. Phil Noto cover. And this Scotty Young cover on Marvel and Disney. What if Donald Duck became Iron Man? This is a one-shot available on May 28th. All right, we get this new Venom series. I think this is maybe one of those flashback series. We'll see. Yeah, let me read the text. Let me stop guessing here. Cool cover. Eddie Brock had become the king in black, with power over all symbiote kind through space and time. Could you blame him for wanting to use that power to go back to the time when Peter Parker wore the symbiote and fix a terrible moment in his past? Unfortunately, one small change can make ripples. It can destroy a world. And Eddie needs to use his great power to put right what he put wrong. From Steve Orlando and Scott Koblish on art, with this Clayton Crane cover on A. Got a B cover from Scott Koblish. Venom Original Sin number 1 drops on May 28th. All right, this is our big wrap up, folks. Here it is. The past isn't set in stone. The future is up for grabs. History will never be the same. Just in time for the 50th anniversary of the seminal original issue from superstar artist Andy Kubert and ex-scribe Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, plus a Revelation story introducing the X-Men that never was by Al Ewing and Sarah Pacelli. Okay. Ever since she discovered she was a mutant, Kamala Khan has been balancing her previous life as Ms. Marvel with her role as a leader in the new community. But her conflicted identity has come at a deep personal cost. Now pulled into the distant past by an unhinged villain with deep Tiesto mutant history. Not sure what that means. Ms. Marvel will witness the iconic birth of the uncanny X-Men and change, and their first encounter with Krakoa from an all-new, all-different perspective. But when history begins to change, can either Kamala Khan or the X-Men themselves survive the experience? The first of 5 giant-sized one-shots written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing with interior art, and this A cover by Adam Kubert. We got this Art Adams variant on B that I, of course, love this. Amazing. Greg Capullo cover. Yeah. Ooh, the swell Ivan Talavera variant. Luciano Vecchio on a spoiler variant. And Todd Knock on this iconic variant. All for giant size X-Men number 1. First of 5 one-shots dropping on May 28th. Yeah. And that there wraps up our focus on final order report for Marvel Comics. Yeah, I guess I should probably do that and then do that. I could do this, which helps with the next thing. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's that. Next is final order report for Green Brain events. Sorry, this is so dislocated, folk. It's been a long week. All right. Oh, that's an excuse. Lame. All right. Final order report for Green Brain events. Our first event to show off to you this week is the Michigan Book Hop. Once again, Green Brain Comics is a stop for a statewide event, visiting indie bookstores, winning prizes. It's all kicking off on Independent Bookstore Day, April 26th. That's this Saturday, tomorrow, if you're seeing this as soon as it drops Friday at 6. Okay, so Michigan Book Hop kicks off tomorrow, Independent Bookstore Day on April 26th, and it runs through May 26th. Oh, sorry. I thought I had the right graphic there. Anyways, go to mibookhop.com to download a map as well as a bingo card. That's right. You can print out a bingo card and get it stamped at all the different participating stores. I remembered all the stuff. Check out mibookhop.com for more information. Okay, here's the big one, folks. Week from Saturday, May 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., it is Free Comic Book Day. Wow, we've got so much stuff going on. I don't even have a script for this. All right, Free Comic Book Day. We've got just for showing up, no purchase necessary, your choice of... let's go do that. Yeah, here it is. Okay, on Free Comic Book Day, no purchase necessary. You get your choice of 3 or more free Comic Book Day comics for visiting Green Brain Comics on Saturday, May 3rd. For more information about all the different comics that are available, do check out freecomicbookday.com for that full list of available titles. Other ways you can get additional free comics include making a food donation for Gleaner's Food Bank, making a donation to the Friends for the Animals of Metro Detroit. You could wear a costume and get an extra free Comic Book Day comic, and if you make a purchase in store, you get a bonus free comic book. We also just arranged for a special offer with our friends at WHFR. If you sign up for their email newsletter, they'll also give you a ticket for an extra free comic book day. That is lots of different ways to get free comics all day Saturday, May 3rd. Ooh, we also have a big old list of creators and guests scheduled for that day. Scheduled all day is Tamisha Brooks, Shayana Glover, and Sean Peacock, along with our friends over at WHFR Radio. They'll be rocking out all day, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Of course, Tamisha Brooks, Shayana Glover, and Sean Peacock are not only former staffers at Green Brain Comics, but they are also very talented artists, comic creators of their own accord, in their own right. And we are also celebrating a big debut for Sean Peacock this week, or this Free Comic Book Day. His debut work from IDW is being given away for free on Free Comic Book Day while supplies last. Okay, other things. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we welcome in Jim Anderson, Matt Fazell, Jay Foskett, Emily Zelasco, and the Friends for the Animals of Metro Detroit. They will be all sitting down under the big tent behind the store for a 4-hour block of time. If you get a chance, meet any and all of these awesome local creators and check out Friends for the Animals of Metro Detroit, who will also have an adoptable animal available that day. Let's see. Also, on Free Comic Book Day from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., we welcome back Andre Batts, Jeremy Bastian, Sketchbook Central, and David Peterson, all former guests from Free Comic Book Day from years past. We are so excited to welcome them all back in from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Andre Batts, awesome comic creator and convention organizer. Jeremy Bastian, creator of Cursed Pirate Girls, our pals over at Sketchbook Central, crafters of fine sketchbooks and other paper product. And we're also very excited to welcome back David Peterson, Eisner-award-winning creator of Mouse Guard. David Peterson will be back from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Free Comic Book Day. That's Saturday, May 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Green Brain Comics. Just keep in mind the front door will be closed that day. Yeah, we will have the front door closed and locked that day. All the stuff is happening behind the store. Make sure you wear your walking shoes. You'll be busy. All right. Just remember, everyone, just for stopping by, no purchase necessary. You get 3 free Comic Book Day comics. All right. Next month, we welcome back Brain Candy for the 68th installment on Monday, May 19th. We welcome in poetry from Jacqueline Suskind, the prose of Shane Ingen, the music of Tamara Christie, and the visual art of Diana Juarez. It all happens for free and inside Green Brain Comics on Monday, May 19th at 7 p.m. For more information, check out greenbraincomics.com. On Friday, June 13th is our bi-monthly East Dearborn Drink and Draw, hosted at Downey Brewing Company, 13121 Prospect Avenue in Dearborn. More information, check out downeybrewingcompany.com. This event is also co-hosted by our pals at Blick Art Material and, of course, Green Brain Comics. It all happens on Friday, June 13th from 7 to 9. It's the East Dearborn Drink and Draw. Join us back here on Tuesday on YouTube for Brain Scan, our live stream preview of New Comic Book Day from the floor of Green Brain Comics with your host, Katie, and helped along by the staff at Green Brain Comics, and of course joined in by all the swell brainiacs like you. It all happens Tuesday at 6:30. And that's all to promote our fantastic New Comic Wednesday. That's April 30th. We got so many great comics. Check out Green Brain Comics for greenbraincomics.com for the full list. And of course, thank you so much for joining me here on Final Order Report. I think that's almost every comic book on Last Call this week, along with every event that we could pack in here. And you've got until Monday at noon, April 28th, to order any of these items and so many, many more. Please send and confirm your items in your cart before the deadline. All right. Thanks for joining me for the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, and other. But check out more up-to-date information at greenbraincomics.com. All the links to our shopping cart website and Comic Hub are below in the description. Music for the episode provided by Brainstem Productions. Ooh, do I have that logo yet? Oh, no, I don't. I got to throw that up there. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Celebrating 40 years. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. Emanating from deep under the earth. Spreading across the globe at the speed of thought. Changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.